What is going on, y'all? My name is Keenan Street Matter, and welcome back to the TBD podcast. I'm here with my other hosts, Hank Hayes and Graham Averett. Hope y'all are having a fantastic Thursday evening. We got some amazing things on the docket for tonight, specifically talking a little bit about some basketball over the weekend, some Sanford step sing, some other hot topics. We won't waste any time. We'll hop right into hot takes. Hank, you got one for us today?
Yeah, boys. We're back. Feels good. I've got a hot take this week, and look, we all know the Coke freestyle machines. They are. I don't enjoy them, but also maybe some would argue that it might not have been the hottest of takes. Few people in mind that especially would say, it's not even a hot take. Well, I got to come with a hotter take. Okay, well, here we go. My hot take for the week is that watermelon is an average fruit at best. At best, it's an average fruit. And for me, it's probably the bottom tier fruit. If I was to put it in hierarchy. And look, a lot of people, watermelon is the top tier for them, maybe even their favorite fruit. And I can't say I agree. Don't know what y'all think, but that would be my take.
I mean, my pushback on that one, I feel like I'm going to sound like, maybe a watermelon elitist of sorts. But have you what kind of watermelon are you eating? Like, are you buying it from the store and it's nasty chopped up? Like, it's probably not in season watermelon, or have you had on a summer day off the back of a truck from Ash Flat, Arkansas, hosed down in the boat, and you've got ice water in there, cut fresh, it's ruby red. I mean, I'm just genuinely.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had that experience, because that sounds like only experience that only a few people would have. But
a lot of Arkansans for sure, but okay. I would say a few.
Okay. Well,
nonetheless.
But back in the day, it would more of my experience would have been the store, the cut up, and it was, that stuff's pretty nasty. But then, in college, definitely got to experience more of the get a nice fresh watermelon, cut it up, and done that multiple times. And I never cut it up, but always enjoyed it as I guess you could call it fresh. And it definitely is good. But no, it's still. Maybe I'm just have the bad taste in my mouth for it from all the bad experiences. But
I'm with you on this, Hank. Yeah, I really am. It may just be the texture of watermelon. I firmly just believe I've never had a watermelon unless I put quite a bit of salt and pepper on it that has a ton of flavor, in my opinion.
Pepper. Wait, are you kidding with that?
It's how we do it in Illinois.
Bro, I know the salt, but
you put barbecue.
I don't know about the pepper, man.
Dude, no barbecue sauce on the watermelon. It's a little bit of the texture. It just kind of feels some of them, and again, maybe I'm not getting the same watermelon that's in Arkansas, but some of them feel just a little watery. That's just my personal take.
It's gonna be very watery. I'll admit that. So
it will.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. At some point, we'll all get together and we'll do a watermelon taste test from Ash Flat.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, Graham, if we could go out to Ash Flat, man. I feel like I could eat a rock and it'd probably taste good the way you described it.
I mean, you get the watermelon, you get the elbow dripping ripe peaches. It's got them on the sign, but yeah. That's a hot one. I'll be interested to see what our viewers have to say. I guess I stand with watermelons. I'm our lone stander in that regard. But
also that one's probably, I would say that one is definitely a hot take. I don't think the majority would agree with that for sure.
That's fair.
I would agree. That's a hot take for sure.
That is. It's a good one. Yeah. I'll go next. My hot take, probably against the grain, but I think Sonic is a top 5 fast food.
Oh, man, I hate that, Keenan, but I love you, and for that reason, I have to respect it. Wait, do you mind kind of maybe going? Give me.
I look at, other fast food restaurants, Chick-fil-A, obviously in the chicken industry. You look at Culver's, they're going to be in the cheese curd industry. Sonic, everything. They got it all. They've got your nerd slushies. They got the mott sticks. They got the wings, the boneless wings. They got the onion rings. They got the milkshakes. They're kind of all over the place, and I haven't gone specifically the one in Birmingham off of.
Good.
It's good, man. And it's real good. And the ones in Brentwood, I've only been to one in Brentwood, but man, they're good.
I was just
really
gonna say,
enjoy
I'm
them.
glad you haven't been to the one off Green Springs. Yeah, I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
I like Sonic. I think top 5 is high for me, but I love some mozzarella sticks. I love jumbo popcorn chicken. I love the box that you can get where you get like an onion ring and gravy to dip stuff in with the tots. I would consider it like I mean, I think they call themselves like, America's like drink destination or something. Like you want a drink, it's there. So I don't think it's too crazy to say. I do think people will have some interesting opinions on it though.
I'm here for the pushback.
Yeah. I have a couple pushbacks. One is that, while they do have all that, and I can't really push back on the drinks. My only thing on maybe shakes, drinks would be that they're too expensive, especially shakes probably on that regard. But honestly, you're probably going to have to pay a good bit for a shake anyway. So that's not a great pushback. The drinks part of it, I would agree. They have the options, and honestly, they are very good. My main thing is like they have all that, like you said, Keenan. But the issue is on most of it, like easily the majority, in my opinion, is just kind of super average food. And you're probably going to get a lot of, like, in my opinion, not good food even when you go. I mean, to be fair, it's also like, it's fast food. So you got to hold the quality to a certain standard. But I don't know. The things that Graham named, really good. But the issue is outside of that, do I want literally basically anything else? Not too much for me. And then you order a full meal, you're probably paying $50, you're probably paying $10. I mean, genuine. Like you're paying $10+ I would say. Like for some of the meals, you definitely are. And then maybe, and maybe I'm adding a few things in there, but I feel like it starts to really get racked up. So
that's fair. Why it's a hot take.
Food just costs a lot though now. I think that wouldn't be too crazy, but I mean, Sonic is like the biggest fast food in Arkansas. So I mean, obviously I'm partial to it too, but yeah, it is hot. It's very hot. It's flaming hot.
We'll have to discuss the fast food sometime.
Industry. Yeah.
Well, I'm keeping it on the food train today with a take that I feel like you guys
back to back.
I think y'all two specifically may not like this one, but we'll see. Like the take is kind of twofold. Number one, like mac and cheese is just pretty bad. Like it's not really a good food. And like if you ever like have a Thanksgiving setting and you have all these foods out there, like just no need to bring the mac and cheese to the potluck. Bring the gravy, bring the dressing, bring the ham, bring the cranberry sauce, bring all those other good things. But especially if it's gourmet, do not bring it. I don't want gourmet mac and cheese. It's not going to be good. And the real only mac and cheese that I'll probably want to be eating and enjoying is just Kraft mac and cheese, Sheldon trees out of a box. Now that's great, but give me any other type of mac and cheese, I'll hate it, and don't bring it to Thanksgiving no matter what.
You'll hate it. Serious?
That's strong. That's really strong. You're talking to a guy. I could eat mac and cheese every week. It's amazing.
Gosh.
It's tough. I will agree. I agree. Top of the line Crafts.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't like Crafts, it's
It is
top
good.
of the line.
It's good.
But there is some other great mac and cheese out there.
Any plugs, shameless plugs for these mac and cheese aficionados?
What's the place down in Leapers Fork, Hank, that I went to? Fox and Locks in Leapers Fork, Tennessee. If you've been there, you know about their mac and cheese.
It's Mark barbecue. Mac and cheese.
And barbecue and mac and cheese.
Yeah, so good. Best combo.
Little bacon drizzles on there.
Sorry. I'm sorry to make you guess that.
Now that one actually is a little upsetting. The Kraft is a wild take. I mean, that is honestly, even that take is a bit much for me. That's not going to be near the top of the line mac and cheese.
I grew up on them little the little bowls that you get, or little things that you could put in the microwave for a minute and a half, 3 minutes, and then they pop out. Amazing.
Yeah, those are
some that and some chicken nuggets, bro.
I had some chicken nuggets last night out of the freezer. It was good.
Oh yeah, true. My only thing is, Graham, is you're at Thanksgiving. and they don't have Kraft. They bring out a gourmet, something that's a beautiful breadcrumb on top.
That
so
makes
good.
it way
Really cheap.
worse. Breadcrumbs, take it off. I hate
You are going. Okay, Ian is no breadcrumbs, just mac and cheese, but it's not Kraft. You will hate it genuinely.
I will not put it on my plate. We'll put it that way.
The thing that was the most blasphemous, the thing that actually made me mad when you said that was, bring the dressing. I can understand, bring the dressing, bring the ham, bring the cranberry sauce. Man, get out.
I like cranberry sauce. It does have to be canned though. I don't want it to be fresh. And sweet pickles. I love sweet pickles as well. Not dill, sweet. But anyways, I got to get out of the spotlight.
I'm not sure I could disagree more with everything you're saying, and I don't even know how to describe it. So
I really agree.
I don't really have words. I don't have many words. I would say that makes me sad. I love mac and cheese. The Kraft, I would say, is a pretty average to below average mac and cheese. That's going to be one that I would never choose out of a lineup, but it's not bad. And, the gourmet, I can understand that a bit more, but also to say that it is not a valuable piece of the Thanksgiving puzzle that kind of is unbelievable. But
like, don't put it on a burger too, Jack Brown's. Like, just give me.
Yeah, that's too much. I would agree with that. Yeah, I would agree. I don't want it on a burger.
The best burger, baby, the Jack Brady. So good.
Shout out to Jack Brown.
They actually changed the name of the shiflet, the fried egg burger.
The Jack Brady, it's the Greg Brady. I'm sorry.
Gosh, oh yeah, there it is.
They did change the name of the shiflet, so if you're looking for the shiflet, it won't be there.
Whoa, what did they change it to?
It's something weird and hard to pronounce. I know that much. I cannot remember. Let's look it up.
Interesting. And Melt in Birmingham. If you're in the Birmingham area, you go to Melt. Gosh, the mac and cheese sandwich. Tyler Kendall, my brother and I, we'd go there all the time. So good.
Wait, Graham, do you like Melt?
I like the Melt grilled cheese, but I don't really want mac and cheese though.
Okay.
Yeah. No mac and cheese. Get it out of there.
All right. Well, and that's a hot one. Got some hot ones this week for sure. Maybe it's a shiflet. I'm not sure. Whatever.
That's all right.
Well, let's briefly jump into college basketball. We're gonna put the brakes on NFL for at least 1 week, just because we have Pro Bowl coming up. Not too much to talk about. I'm sure we could say some things, but we'll talk some CBB, college basketball hoops, and then majority of this episode is absolutely going to be dedicated to step sing. We're hoping to have a guest on that will be great for our viewing pleasures, but let's talk the Big 12 challenge. Let's talk about some of these matchups, and we can share a bit about our teams. Comment below if you want us to talk about a specific team and moving forward, but other than that, we're going to be in our own wheelhouses.
Yeah.
Big wins for the Vols over Texas. That was a massive win, even though y'all did fall to Florida last night. Massive win. You got to take a win with the loss, and gosh, beating Texas is huge.
Yeah. No, it was definitely good. I was loving it. Definitely, teams are going to play better at home. A huge advantage in college basketball at home. But honestly, I thought we played really good. I think Texas is a great team, even with a brand new coach in the middle of the season and kind of struggles, like really good. So I was happy to get a win there. It's like big for your resume moving forward. It was a very satisfying game. Pretty, definitely some crazy games though.
Graham, how are you feeling coming out of the Baylor game? Tough loss, but you're losing to, like we talked about last week, a Baylor team that's hot. I think, they're going to be a top 4-3 seed in the tournament, so that, I don't think that's a bad loss, but feelings coming out of that game.
Oh, great feelings right now. Defense is going well, and Musselman doesn't really figure out his lineups till midseason anyways. So I'm feeling great. We're not going to win on the road, so to actually lose by 3 and have a shot to tie was pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And we were 1-5 in conference play. Now we're 4-5 in conference play. So can't complain too much about that, as we should get to 500 this weekend against South Carolina, the worst team in the SEC by far, I would say, along with LSU. But and to be fair, we are LSU's one win, to be fair, as well. So I can't say too much, but we look like we'll be okay. But The sad thing for the SEC was the 3-7 record versus the Big 12 this weekend. And now one that we will mention is the Alabama loss. It was fun to watch a Titan go down, especially in that sort of fashion. But feel a little bad for my brothers, Parker Moat, Tyler Kendall, but not too bad, as I enjoyed it a lot. But it was a rough one for the SEC. We'll say that.
It was.
One.
It wasn't surprising, but it was. It was sad. You know, it was it was exactly what we expected. We would have probably picked most of the games to go the way they did, except for the Bama game. And then probably
I think the Missouri game is also a little bit, not necessarily that they won, but maybe more so in the fashion in which they won, beating Iowa State, top 20 team. I think Missouri has shown glimpses of being explosive this year, obviously not starting out ranked, hopping in the rankings and hopping back out. But the way they dominated Iowa State, ended up winning by, I think it was 15 plus. And it's a pretty dominating win over an Iowa State team that I think has been pretty consistent all year.
Yeah, the SEC wins were actually a little weird. Like the Tennessee one I was expecting, but the Missouri fashion for sure. And then the other SEC win, Mississippi State, has been bad. And they pull off the win against TCU and OT. And I'll be honest, I was just thoroughly shocked with that one.
Yeah, very weird team. I think Mississippi State's one of those teams that will look back on the season and be pretty frustrated. Like they played Tennessee really close when we played them, and they played Bama really close when they played them at home, both at home games. Or Bama's was at Alabama, and then I think Tennessee's was at Mississippi State. But still, all these games, like they could close some of these out, they'd be fine. They're 13, they're 14-8, something like that. So,
but
yeah. Hey, but we got it done.
In your wheelhouse, Penn State, big win.
Gosh, massive win over the weekend. Put an absolute beat down on Juwan Johnson and the Michigan Wolverines. Always feels good to put a beat down on a rival like them and smack them around. So that was really, really good. Played number 1 Purdue last night and got it taken to us pretty good.
They're number 1.
Just another. Sorry.
They're number 1 for a reason.
That's right. And obviously we played Michigan at home over the weekend, and kind of how we talked about on the podcast last week. If we're playing at home, I think we have a chance to beat anybody. If we're playing on the road, I think you bring a JV team in, and I think they might have a chance against us. So played Purdue on the road, got smacked. Played Michigan at home, smacked them. So I think like Hank said, Hank had the opinion, and we talked over the weekend. We beat Michigan. We were in. I hope that holds true. I wish we would have given a little better showing against Purdue to show the committee that we can hang against a top tier team. But I think we can control our destiny, and we just got to win here on out and finish strong the rest of the season. So a little devastating over last night, but I think can't handle.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I think anybody playing Purdue at home this season is gonna. Like many teams are going to be winning there. I don't think it.
Shout out Rutgers, man. Shout out Rutgers.
Rutgers got it done.
Back-to-back years, they did the exact same thing to Purdue last year.
Yeah, their only loss, and it was at Purdue.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay.
Pretty impressive. Shout out Rutgers. I don't think they're going to do much in the tournament, but shout out to them for the regular season win.
Yeah, they've got their number the last 2 years.
Well, yeah. I would say as we kind of get close to step seeing chatter, I want to mention the LeBron passing Kareem scoring record. He's projected to do it in a week. He's projected to do it on the 9th against the Bucks, which I think that would be a great matchup for him to do it in. Obviously playing against a player that he's passing the torch to, but this is must see TV for anybody who is a living human being to witness a record of this magnitude. So I think I will say I do think it would be slightly underwhelming if he does it a game early, which I wouldn't be surprised for him to do, because he's got like 89 points to go. I could see him doing it in 3 games. Don't really want to see him do it against the Thunder. Nothing against the Thunder. They're a nice up and coming young team, but it would be really interesting if he did against the Bucks, and I wouldn't be too mad if he rested a game and actually did it on Saturday the 11th versus the Warriors, because that would be really historic. But it's crazy.
No, it is. Yeah,
Tickets are skyrocketing for that game, or for the next couple games, specifically the latter two versus OKC and the Bucks. Tickets are just skyrocketing. Everybody wants to witness history.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that definitely cements LeBron as,
Careful.
in my opinion, it gets into the GOAT conversation. I'll say that much. And look,
He's in the GOAT conversation. We all know that. It doesn't cement him into the conversation.
You're right. It's for me, I think people look back and it's going to be hard with his accolades and what he's accomplished to not have him as the number one. I mean, this is a crazy record. I think people would have thought this was unbreakable years ago, even when he was in the league. And now this isn't his last season. He'll continue to push it. So, I mean, this could genuinely be a record that, unless just there will be another player of his caliber to come through, but it'll be years and years and years before this is ever touched, in my opinion, or even close, maybe ever. So it's incredible to watch from a sports fan perspective. I love it.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of watching him in person in Memphis a long time ago. I think Memphis actually got the dub in that game, surprisingly. But he's a sight to behold. We need to appreciate this greatness. I'm obviously I'm not too passionate on one way or another with the GOAT conversation. I wouldn't be too passionate in my argument for Jordan or LeBron. I do like LeBron, which is maybe a little bit of a hotter take. I guess it's just kind of like it's your one way or the other. I enjoy him, but I'm not I love LeBron. Like I can hold on I can count on my hands 5 more players that I like more than him. But it's hard not to at least crack a smile and enjoy that this record is going to be broken. I guess barring something crazy. And it's fun, man. It's a scoring record breaking season, as in NCAA basketball as well. Antoine Davis climbing to the number 2 spot and has the technical chance to pass Pistol Pete. I think he'd have to average about like 38 or 39 per game at this point. So probably not going to happen. But maybe they make a deep tourney run in their conference tourney and a deep tourney run in the NCAA. Again, definitely not going to happen. But, hey, it'll be cool. I mean, even if you get in within earshot or within throwing distance there, you got to be feeling like that's pretty cool. So I do agree, though. It's like we're getting to watch all these records be broken, and now we get to grow old as men before we ever get to see them broken again. So
yeah, it's definitely something I don't want to take for granted. I look back on, I've been watching old documentaries, watched The Bad Boys, watched The Last Dance the other day, and you kind of watch those and you're like, man, it would have been awesome to like be around during that time, and don't want to like not realize, oh, we're like in that time, 20, 30 years from now, people will look back and be like, man, I wish I would have been around when LeBron passed the all-time scoring record. Like, we get to live through that. So pretty cool. Non-eternal impact on our lives, but still cool moments to take in here on Earth.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it definitely is. It's there'll be a documentary about it one day. So we're experiencing that.
Cool. Well, we're wrapping up part 1 of Thursday's TBD podcast. We're going to have a guest on in the second half with us. John Cody, great friend of ours, is going to dissect some step sing with us. You guys got any last thoughts here for part 1?
No, just thank y'all for listening to this part of the episode. I know most people are probably eagerly anticipating the second part, but if you listen to this point in the episode, thank you. And drop in the comments which hot take you believe was the most stifling and egregious take that you've seen. Unfortunately, I guess it could be mine, but you never know. I think we had some hot ones out of the 3, and let's get it, man. Let's talk about step sing. All right, it's a 72-year-long tradition at Samford University, unlike any other. We're here to break it down, and we're here to be real. All right, we're not going to hold back. So kick back your feet and relax.
we will see you shortly. Peace.